experience to bring you the latest trends, expert opinions, and interviews with people in the know. They are the dynamic duo of dining.
It's a wine and food show, Stu.
It's a food and wine show, trust me.
Look right here, it's Sip and Chew. It's wine and food.
Because chew rhymes with stew. That's the only reason.
Are you doing fried, fry cook, grape killer?
Now it's time to Sip and Chew with Mike and Stu on FM Talk 106.5.
Well, good morning, folks. Welcome to another Sip and Chew, and we have Stu in the studio again today, and he's got to be a little worn out right now. He's they got to be Mardi Gras him to death down there, but
They did a good job of it yesterday.
well, good. That's good to hear.
It's a good day. Good day. Good
Mark,
day. Yeah.
Mark,
Yeah.
keep neat. You got a big old hair on you. It must be a
Well, it's not from my head. It's going to come off a loop.
cheer. You must be talking.
Wow.
Anyway, that's going to distract me all show.
You'll live. You'll live.
So anyway, we are here live in the studio. We got a fun show for you today. We're in deep Gras right now. Deep
Gras, is that what we call this?
Yeah, well,
It's not
deep
mid
Gras is when the weekend before Mardi Gras weekend gets here. We're in it. There ain't no turning back. We are dead it. Although the weather's trying to play havoc on it, we have that every now and then where it's just miserable, wet, cold.
We have weather all the time.
I
It's
know.
just sometimes it's good weather, and sometimes it's bad weather.
Exactly. I don't know what it's supposed to look like next week, but I hope it's beautiful. And I hope everybody has fun and that all the riders can stay on their floats from here on out. And
Wow. I saw that on Facebook. I'm like, okay.
Well,
I did the emceeing last
I haven't heard any news about. I watched the news this morning, and I looked at the news on my telephone, my mobile phone, as they say in England, mobile phone. I haven't seen any news on it, just what I've seen on Facebook. So how many fell off? It's been conflict reports. How many's fallen off? Did some fall off in Mobile and at Fairhope too? And you just see I just stopped looking at it because you don't know until you see that. Still, the news shows
It's going to take a death before we can find out.
it.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
Well, Michael, law enforcement will tell you that whenever a drunk driver has an accident,
Mhm.
the drunk driver no matter how violent the accident, is almost never harmed. And that's because the alcohol relaxes
Right.
the body so much, they reconform themselves, and they usually get a few bruises or scratches.
Yeah.
I got to think the same thing plays here.
Probably so, unless they got ran over. And
Yeah. Well, even then, it depends on what they were drinking.
I was on the road. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
when did they put speed bumps in? So we hope nobody got hurt.
Yeah,
We hope
absolutely.
nobody got hurt. So,
So I'm taking it from this discussion, somebody fell off a float.
I've heard two. I've heard on both sides of the bay. I just don't know. I don't know.
The same float on both sides of the bay?
No. Over in Fairhope, there was a couple, and they even had to stop the parade with the ambulance and all that. So
What was it? Knights of Wrecking Rouge.
Yeah.
And
Necker Rouge.
yeah.
What is Necker Rouge, right?
Echo.
Is that French for naked?
Echo Rouge means red hill.
Echo, yeah.
Means red hill.
But you said Necker Rouge the
Echo
first
Rouge. No, it just sounded like Echo Rouge.
time.
And actually, if you're
Necker Rouge
on a
means
clear
red.
day from the causeway, or if you're on a boat out in the bay, you can see Echo Rouge. It's a big red.
Yeah, the big
flag
red
hill.
bluff.
Yeah. So
I didn't know.
Which I believe is the highest point on the Gulf of Mexico. It's close to there. It's on the Baldwin County side at like a whopping 175 feet above sea level.
it's a pretty big hill.
Yeah, for being right next to flat water
Mhm.
Highest point.
Yeah.
on the Gulf of Mexico on the coastline.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve's fact checking. When I went on one of those nature tours, the boats that they run out of Blakely, they discussed that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, there's some pretty steep hills there, and Yeah.
Coastlines tend to be flat.
Pensacola does too on the Bay of Pensacola. They have some pretty steep
There you
hills
go.
there.
Yep. Easily located from out of the water by the historic Eagle Rouge or Red Bluff. Outcropping on the bay, this red clay cliff is the highest coastal point between Maine and Mexico. and has been used by mariners as a navigational point since the first Spanish explorers piled these
Cool
waters in
beans.
the 1500s.
Cool beans.
The Welsh were here in the 1100s.
Yep.
Let's quit hiding it. They were here.
Well,
I was just going by your highest
I know
point.
the-
Go back
Yeah.
and look at that.
I know the Vikings used to plant grapes up in the Northeast.
That's
It used to
interesting.
be Maine.
Right.
Well, I mean, still is Maine.
And
but,
Nova Scotia,
yeah,
which
they
is
planted
very close
grapes
to that.
all up there because
Do you know what Nova Scotia means, by the way?
no,
New Scotland.
New Scotland.
I did know that.
I did not.
Before that, it was known as Acadiana.
That makes sense.
And then when the English took over, they kicked all the French out. Seriously, the Creole French, and they went to New Orleans, where it got bastardized into
They
Cajun.
didn't move. They didn't go to Quebec.
They went to New Orleans.
Well, that's a huge French
So that is the actual history
French
of
not connection, but a French.
yeah, Quebec is the only French
huge,
speaking
huge. And there's a
province.
connection between Detroit and New
Detroit.
Orleans.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah. But that is the actual
They gotta
history of
be-
how the Cajuns got to,
Richie Gambino's like an expert on that.
got
He
to
really is.
Louisiana as they were
Mhm.
kicked out of Canada, and they ended up eventually in New Orleans. And then the Cajun story is that the lobsters missed their Acadian friends so much that they walked down to the Gulf of Mexico, and in so doing, they shrank because of the warm water, and that's how we got craw.
Oh, my.
Gosh,
And you know them Cajuns got a
Okay.
story for
they
it.
got stories.
I,
We were doing it. Yes. So
so how was Senior Bowl yesterday, Mike?
I
Did you go?
Wow,
No.
yeah,
it was,
good, huh?
you know, that's a beautiful stadium.
It
The
is.
first time I've ever been there. Beautiful stadium. It's an overcast, which was okay. There were a lot of former NFL stars there because they played, and there was a bunch of them there. And I went to a private little area. There's a lot of crowd, big crowd there. Georgia Russo's catering was doing the food. Man, it was just, they had food all over that place. And KSJ, of course, they had the country music star there, and he was good. I enjoyed listening to him, but I saw a lot of people. I knew I went to the Gulf Distributing Tit and just saw a lot of people, I hadn't seen since college there. But,
They're putting the tailgaters over there this year. I mean,
Yeah,
I remember
they-
it was
now,
going
I've
bad.
never
I mean,
been
it
to
was
a-
everywhere.
college game, so I don't know. They may have tailgaters there to college game.
They do.
But I didn't see any hardly. I saw a few yesterday, but I really don't know the layout of the.
That's what I was going to say. 'Cause
how
in
they
the
do
lad, it was pretty simple and pretty obvious. All that whole
Absolutely,
east side.
but you go to Auburn, you go to Alabama, you go to Ole Miss, you go to Southern Miss, you go
Not
wherever.
Vanderbilt.
Huh?
Not Vanderbilt.
But it's the whole campus is laid out with tents.
Yeah.
And people tailgating and partying, and I didn't see that yesterday. I saw some, but they were scattered out, and maybe I just wasn't looking in the right place.
Right.
But I mean, where I had to park at, I had a parking pass, but I had to park 3 miles away.
Wow.
And I walked there, and then when I'm almost there, I see a trolley go by, and I go, "Oh well."
You needed the walk.
I did.
Did you park down near the Glen Sebastian Nature
I
Trail?
parked near I parked near between University Boulevard and the Molten Tower. So
Oh, that ain't too bad. That
No.
ain't too bad. If you were like where Stu's talking about, that'd have been another. That'd a hike there, buddy.
yeah,
Yeah, I drove over there.
I don't mind
And,
walking when I intend on doing it.
Yeah.
I
There-
keep parking.
there's some nice crappie in that.
When I
park
used to go
area.
to Alabama games, and we used to get good passes and skybox seats. Parking was right by the next to the stadium,
Mhm.
and we just get our car and walk up, get on the elevator, and go up to the skybox.
Back in the day,
Yeah, but we don't do that anymore. So, but-
sports have grown. That's sure.
yeah, yes, man.
Now we were at you and I went to a South Alabama game
Mm-hmm.
at Ladd Stadium by their invitation.
Yeah,
And we got that media park, and we was right next to the
we
stadium.
did, and we did a lot. I was telling Steve earlier, we walked around and interviewed a lot of people tailgating. Came across a Boy Scouts group that was using the Dutch ovens, and they were stacking them up and cooking different things in each one.
Really?
It was cool.
Yeah, it really was. But Mike, we should give the phone number.
We should. Okay, 251-343-0106.
What is that number?
That's the Callahan's. Irish Social Club text and call-in line. We'd love to hear from you. We got some stuff to talk about today.
We do. We do.
This Moon Pie Minute brought to you by Cammie's Old Dutch Ice Cream. Try Cammie's award-winning King Cake Ice Cream today on the corner of Old Shell and Florida Streets and at the Creamery, 4380 Halls Mill Road. 55 years and still dipping.
Founded in 1995 with their first ball in 1996, Neptune's Daughters has become a great addition to the carnival season. Keeping to the aquatic theme of the organization, the emblem is a mermaid, which also ties into Greek and Roman mythology. Emblem floats include Poseidon with a trident, coral, seahorses, and other various underwater creatures. Husbands and boyfriends of the member service marshals on horseback dressed in turquoise costumes with capes. The 300-member female organization has paraded annually since 1997, and over the decades has constructed 13 unique floats that change annually with the theme of the parade. This year's theme is Mermaids Believe in Magic, and the parade begins at 6:30 and follows Route A, followed by a formal ball at the Civic Center. If you're attending the ball, don't forget the attire is formal without exception, and be sure to get there on time. Neptune's Daughters are known for their well-choreographed and entertaining tableau and a toast to their queen. So head to the balcony for a good seat and don't be late.
Just like Mardi Gras, Cammie's Old Dutch Ice Cream Shop is a Mobile tradition. Let the good times roll with Cammie's homemade Mardi Gras flavors made with bits of real moon pie, or her award-winning king cake ice cream, made with cinnamon ice cream, an entire king cake, and a swirl of cream cheese. Celebrate the taste of Mardi Gras with Cammie's Old Dutch Ice Cream Shop on the corner of Old Shell and Florida Street and at the Creamery, 4380 Halls Mill Road, 55 years and still tipping.
Have trees that need to come down or just tune up the trees in your yard? Call Bay City Tree Service. Local tree removal and pruning at affordable prices. Call for a quote today, 251-776-3516, or Google Bay City Tree Service in Mobile.
You can now do more without it costing you more. Alabama's attractions have come together to offer the all-in-one ticket that downloads to your mobile device. No matter how many attractions listed on the ticket you see during the time span you bought, your price stays the same. Pick the right ticket option that best fits your schedule, and then enjoy more attractions without spending more. All-in-one tickets for different areas of Alabama are available at alabama.travel and other places where online tickets are sold. Brought to you by Alabama Tourism Department, the ABA, and this station.
Get your day started with Dan Brennan and Dalton Orwig on Mobile Mornings.
Department of Justice retail stores across Alabama had a record
Featuring Dr. Phil's forecast.
nice dry weather for Friday.
Traffic with Kane. The latest in sports.
Local morning sports reports.
And three big things you need to know.
Get your morning started right now with three big things you need to
It's
know.
the newest and hottest morning show on the Gulf Coast. Mobile Mornings with Dan Brennan and Dalton Orwig at 6 on FM Talk 106.5.
To get on the line, call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
You know, we want to thank a couple of people for helping make this show possible, which is Bob's Downtown Diner, corner Fat and Happy on North Jackson and St. Francis Street. Have not been there today yet, like I usually do. I have some stuff to do. Lady Sean Wine and Tapas Bar, boy, I worked Friday night during the parade over there, and they got slammed. We got slammed. Yeah, I thought we'd never get out of there at night. We had so much cleaning up to do afterwards. And
Thank you.
we want to thank them as well. Hall Sausage and Wholesale. I got to tell you a story about what I did last night at home because I was curious. I'm going to be telling that later on the show with pineapple and Hall Sausage. So we want to thank them for their fine support.
Thank you.
And our fine friends over there at Butch Cassidy's in the heart of Flow Shell, Florida, and O'Shell Road.
Thank you.
And thank them. But hey, we got a call. We got John W. He wants to talk about Stu's Restaurant.
You want to buy
You want a franchise?
Wait,
it? No way, huh?
What you got for us, buddy?
I want to know what your restaurant is. I've been hearing about it.
Oh, it's 267 Dolphin Street, which used to be that alley in between Heroes and Beer Garden, but now we've got 4 kitchens in there and a daiquiri shop.
Okay, I'll be in the parade this afternoon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll be opening later today. Our hours are a little different during Mardi Gras. We want to be open for the parades. So probably be about 2 o'clock before I get open, and then I'll be open until the parade's over.
Well, I'm in the Nomad Clown unit, so I'll be coming through.
Awesome, man.
All right.
So none of you are mad, huh?
Yeah,
Like
Nomad Clown.
Okay.
Nomad Clown. All right,
There are
John.
no mad clowns in that group.
All right, John. Thanks for calling. I look forward to seeing
Thanks
you,
for
buddy.
calling in.
Hey, Mike.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Hey, Michael.
Yes.
I too attended some Senior Bowl activity.
Did you?
Wednesday, I went out to practice,
Mm-hmm.
and that was my first time going to the stadium. You're right; it is
You're a little too old to be practicing, aren't you?
And, well, I just shagged punts.
Oh, okay.
But while I was there, I met up with a voice that a lot of sports fans will recognize here, Zach Blackerby of Locked On Auburn, Sports Illustrated. But the reason I wanted to talk with Zach is he and his wife have started a new coffee company.
Oh, wow.
Where you order it and they grind it and ship it to you the next day. And so you're getting fresh ground coffee as opposed to 3 months old that's sitting on the shelf somewhere.
Oh, wow. That's great.
So I took a few minutes. Zach gave me some of his time. So Steve's going to play the audio whenever he wants to.
That's great. Hey, this is Stu, and I am at Whitney Hancock Stadium on the campus of South Alabama, and I am joined by the lead guitarist of the death metal polka band Black Zach. Oh, wrong notes. I am joined by Zach Blackerby of Locked On Auburn, but we're not talking about football today, are we, buddy?
No, we're talking about Plains Coffee.
Okay, you and your wife, right? Or your wife.
It's more her, yeah. But we started an online coffee company probably about 2 months or so ago, plainscoffee.com, and well, we aim to one day make it more of a physical location type thing and possibly do some media stuff out of it. But it's been kind of a fun joint venture. We've been talking about it a while, so we finally launched.
Outstanding. And I have done my own market research, and coffee and ready-to-drink coffee are huge markets that continue to grow in this country. So you made a wise business choice. Or once again, she has made a wise business choice.
Yeah, if it's something smart that we do, it's all her. No question about it. But folks can't get enough caffeine, and I just think beverages in general. I think people are venturing out. I mean, there's so many more options now than there even were a few years ago in everything, whether it's energy drinks or soft drinks, and of course wine and beer. But yeah, coffee is another one. There's so many different types of beans and different ways you can make it. It's been cool, no question.
Yeah, I had a buddy who used to do his home roasting, and his goal was to come up with a coffee that tasted like it smells.
Okay.
Which is quite a challenge. But what sets Plains Coffee off from what you're trying to set yourself apart from?
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, we're a little limited until we move into a physical space, but we do see the eventual partnership with a lot of Auburn athletes kind of moving into the NIL space. We're talking to a few right now. We're sending them different types of samples and different types of blends that we can do for them to kind of make it their own, that they can help brand themselves and brand Plains Coffee and these players. I think it's so cool now with NIL, and they've got more of a voice now than they ever have. And there's some really smart people and some really creative guys that are they happen to be really good at football as well. And so we want to give them another avenue and a way to do that. So hopefully over the next few months, we see more and more players dropping their type of coffee in under plainscoffee.com.
Oh, that's fantastic. And for the unindoctrinated, the name Plains Coffee comes from the Oliver Goldsmith boy.
Yes, the loveliest village on the plains.
Absolutely. Well, Zach, I know you're busy here at the Senior Bowl, taking care of business and working on things for Locked On Auburn and all of your other online ventures. So I'm going to let you get out of here, buddy. But wish everybody on the Sip and Chew show a happy provolone for me.
Man, it's been great to finally meet you. We've been talking on Twitter for a long time. Right. So thanks for doing this, Stu. But be sure to check it out, plainscoffee.com.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. Yeah, a little windy that day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been very March-like this week.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah. Now, you just for the record, I did stop by Sebastian Pond over there and do a little fishing after this.
Did we see that?
No.
Oh,
No, but you will see it on
No
Delta
evidence.
Safari this Tuesday.
no evidence.
Yeah, I caught one crappie, and then I said, and they say if they're not biting very well, and you catch one, you caught the alpha.
Okay.
Don't bother after that.
Okay.
And I fished maybe 30 minutes or so, just doing that, and then I had to go do other stuff. I had to go download all the footage from that because I'm doing the Senior Bowl edition of Delta Safari.
You're a fishing fool.
I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I want to try and get some hunting in here before the season is out. We've got till mid-March.
Where you like to hunt?
I'm thinking about the Jacinto track over in Saraland, which is part of the Wildlife Management Association protected.
You got to help manage the wildlife.
Yeah, I'm going to help manage some rabbits into a pot somewhere. Like there's some rabbit stew now. Or smothered rabbit. You ever had smothered rabbit?
I've had rabbit a bunch of different ways, especially in Europe.
Yeah. Smothered rabbit is no different than smothered chicken. You make fried chicken, then you make gravy, and you smother the fried chicken in the gravy. Well, you do the same thing with rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to love. I grew up quail hunting, pheasant hunting, dove hunting. I never ever in my life been deer hunting ever.
Me, ever. I have no desire to go.
I haven't either. And I saw turkeys, and then my grandfather, why did you shoot the turkeys? And I didn't know I could.
I really want to try wild turkey to see how it tastes different from the farm raised stuff that we've got.
Yeah.
Because the chicken, its wild form is like grouse or something like that. And then we domesticated it so it's not exactly the same bird that it used to be.
Yeah.
So I would like
wild turkey being soaked in wild turkey, and it's even better.
Well, that sounds like some John Fish River would do.
Yeah, or at least if you're soaked in wild turkey, it won't matter.
Burnt turkey. Burnt turkey. Hey, I want to say real quick, happy birthday to Rusty Bizzle. He's a Chicago Cubs fan. He works for M&J Wines. He's a wine buddy of mine. Just a super guy. He works the Pensacola Gulf Shores area over there, Florida area.
Fellow wino, huh?
He's a fellow wino. And Chef Neil Daniel. He's over in Foley, Baldwin County area, chef up there. We try to, say happy birthday to these folks in the industry that we know and all that. But did you know today is National Homemade Soup Day, Stu?
No, I did not.
Did you know today is National Kraut and Frankfurter Week?
No, I did not. How about kraut and Frankfurter soup?
That'd be good. Hey, look at you all week. Today is National Pork Rind Appreciation Day.
I do appreciate some pork rinds.
So today is National British Yorkshire Pudding Day.
Oh, that would explain Simon Majendar's tweet the other day.
Yeah.
Do you like Yorkshire pudding? And I just wanted to go, you mean gravy?
It looks like a sunken.
It is it's very similar to a popover.
Okay. Today is National Mid-Jewel. I'm probably saying that wrong. Mid-Jewel Dates Day. That kind of helps you keep the whole system rolling. This is the good day. National Stuffed Mushroom Day. I love stuffed mushrooms.
Ooh, yeah.
Love me some stuffed mushroom. Today's actual National Farmers Day too. So
hug a farmer
for our farmers. We ought to hug a farmer. We need to hug a farmer.
Yeah.
But did you have a hard time finding that guy? When you see it,
a little bit. We text back and forth.
Okay.
And, he told me he had an interview he was doing on the side that I was on. Because see, the press was isolated. It's not like it was at LAD where everyone's just mixed in. The press and the NFL are on the press box side.
Okay.
And the fans are on the other side.
Cool. 251-343-0106 is the call. It's the Callahan's Irish social text line and call line. When we come back, we'll be pairing wine with Girl Scout cookies.
There's
FM Talk 106.5, the Gulf Coast Weather Authority, and Dr. Bill Williams.
The Gulf Coast can expect showers in the morning. It will be breezy, becoming partly cloudy this afternoon with temperatures in the lower 60s. Tonight, a few showers are possible, lows in the mid-40s. And for Monday, becoming mostly sunny with highs in the upper 50s. This is meteorologist Dr. Bill Williams for FM Talk 106.5.
FM Talk 1065, the Gulf Coast Weather Authority.
Hey, I'm here with my friend Joey Mason, owner of Mason Hills Farm. How are things going, man?
Good, Sean. We just finished up the final touches on our on-site farm retail store. We'll be doing a taste of the farm sometime in March, and we'll invite all of our Facebook followers out to join us.
I know that's going to be a good time. I also saw you at the new Piggly Wiggly on University last week. How's that going?
Yeah, Sean, we had a really exciting start to the sales of our products there, so much so that they're giving Mason Hills Farms additional space in other stores.
That's great. And I hear people talking all the time how good Mason Hills Farms products are. I know, because I've been enjoying them for a long time. You got a lot going on, man.
Sean, I didn't realize that the farm-to-table revolution would be as much fun and have as much support as it's had. Thank you again for giving us a platform since we started this journey.
I love what you're doing. I love your products. How can our listeners be part of your farm-to-table revolution?
Just go to masonhillsfarm.com, give us a call, follow us on social media, or go check out our products at the Piggly Wiggly on University.
Adventure Earth Bicycles is Mobile's exclusive U-Free e-bike dealer, and U-Free is the best e-bike on the market. With incredible craftsmanship and warranty, U-Free e-bikes are only available at Adventure Earth Bicycles. Adventure Earth Bicycles, everything inside to get you outside.
Lanyap is your source for award-winning local news, in-depth investigative reporting, commentary, cuisine reviews, and arts and entertainment coverage, as well as the best sports pages in Alabama. Lanyap is your local newspaper. No one covers this area like we do. Find us around town in one of our Regal Purple boxes, or you can purchase a Lanyap digital subscription for just 21 cents a day. Not only do you help us continue to give you a great paper, you also get access to LanyapMobile.com on up to 5 devices, as well as almost daily web-only content, breaking news, and access to the Lanyap archives and our weekly podcast. Again, it's just 21 cents a day to sign up for a Lanyap digital subscription. So sign up today at my.lanyapmobile.com. That's my.lanyapmobile.com, and help keep Mobile funky.
Hey, Dan Brennan, join us Wednesday mornings at 7:15 for Time to Get Real. Shannon Hesse, broker at Wise Living Real Estate in Fairhope. We'll talk housing trends, investment properties, interest rates, and more. That's Time to Get Real, Wednesday mornings at 7:15 on FM Talk 1065.
To get on the line, call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
Hey, we have somebody on the line that just called us. We got Cowboy. Woo-hoo. What's going on, Cowboy?
Woo-woo, guys. Another great show. How y'all doing?
Thank you. Doing all right?
Man, look, I am still recovering from Groundhog Day 2 days ago.
You know, I had a buddy that used to take that off as a religious holiday, and they'd go, "What religion's that?" He goes, "Pagan. I'm a Druid."
Very good. Well, so in my case, it was just a very simple case of my wife waking up and seeing her shadow, guaranteeing me 6 more weeks of hell. So,
or 6 more years of marriage.
Exactly. Well, I'm still there, but I think she's still kind of angry because of back around Christmas. You know, I try to do the right thing all the time, and that's how we do it in sales. We just try to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 weeks before Christmas, I asked her what did she want for Christmas, and she gave me one of these long sermons about, hey, I want something shiny and new that'll go from 0 to 300 in about 3 seconds.
Uh-oh.
So being the man that I am, I went to Walmart and bought her a pair of scales. Now, anyway, sir,
you're going to be in divorce court pretty soon.
That's what I got cooking at my house. No meat, just a lot of mess.
Lord have mercy.
Hey guys, y'all have a great day, man.
Right.
Appreciate you.
We'll be listening up because I'm going to tell you what wines to pair with your Girl Scout cookies. And I had somebody text in about pairing wine with moon pies. I'm doing that next Sunday. I'm going to be pairing wine, giving you wine suggestions with moon pies next Sunday.
Yeah.
So, but right now we're going to do cookies, Girl Scout cookies, because it is Girl Scout cookie season, and that comes around regardless of what time Mardi Gras Day falls on.
What's the bag limit on that? How many Girl Scout cookies can you shoot a day?
I don't know. I don't shoot anymore, but we're going to start. I think probably the most popular one is the Thin Mint cookie. I think that's one of the most popular.
Chocolate covered toothpaste.
Yeah.
Crunchy
So, you know,
chocolate covered toothpaste.
So if you have a box of Thin Mints and you're looking for a wine to pair with those, and these would be good ideas to entertain your friends with, you know, while you got them over for the weekend or something. But I suggest there's several wines you can that you can marry with these. You can do Syrah, which is the same as Shiraz. In a lot of cases, Cote d'Aron, but a Syrah, I'd suggest a California Syrah from the Paso Robles area. Merlot. Now, if I was going to do Merlot, I would do a Washington State Merlot.
Okay.
Just more fruit forwardness.
Yeah.
Got like biting into a fresh picked blackberries after you wash them, of course.
Are they ripe?
Huh?
Are they ripe blackberries? Or are they still green?
Oh yeah, no, they're black.
Okay.
Yeah, not those green
sure.
ones. They're a little bitter, but also a Cabernet Sauvignon, and I would recommend probably a Cabernet Sauvignon from Washington State as well, or from Lodi. Good berry fruit forwardness on those, and it also says red Zinfandel. Now I like old vine Zinfandel.
The most American of wines.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, all right, the Samoas. I like the Samoas.
Yeah,
you know, it's got a little coconut in it, and I think, yeah, with toasted coconut and dark chocolate. Malbec.
Oh,
Malbec.
yeah.
Yeah. Argentine Malbec. Thank you, Mike Bailey, for bringing Malbec into Alabama.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. So, I do appreciate it. Thank you every time.
Who's Mike Bailey?
He's some
Mike Bailey,
self-professed wine critic. I'm no sommelier, but I do drink wine and I know a few things. Tagalongs.
Is that a cookie?
It's a crispy layered cookie with peanut and chocolate drizzled over the top. Poured over the top, actually. Tawny port.
Oh, nice.
I love a tawny port. You know what? I find my favorite tawny port is from Australia.
Oh, really?
Australia, and it's cheap.
Not Portugal.
Not Portugal. Port. Tawny port. Or a good Cabernet Sauvignon. All right.
Do you have any that you would pair with a bad Cabernet Sauvignon? Probably not.
To
me, that'd be the use
probably
of the
not.
Thin Mints.
Probably not. But all right. Adventurefuls. What is an Adventurefuls, Mike Bailey? Well, it's a brownie-inspired cookie. Caramel flavor, cream, with a hint of sea salt. Oh, God, I love
salted caramel.
So,
I forget what Dollar General.
A spumante.
A little
sparkling,
little
bubbly,
bubbles going on.
Or champagne. Now, I know
Riuniti Asti Spumante.
No.
The center home of bubbles.
No.
Cold
just get you a good Italian Asti Spumante.
Or cold duck.
Martini and Rossi Asti Spumante. It took me years to learn to say that. I'm still learning.
Apparently.
After 36 years, I still stumble over my tongue.
Well, it's 36 years of drinking wine.
Yeah. All right. And also you can blend it, mix it. You can wash it down with champagne or good California that's sparkling, that's done method noir, champagne style. All right. S'mores, Girl Scout s'mores. Now, I didn't grow up s'mores like the Yankees did. You know, a lot of Yankees had s'mores.
We wanted it was a campfire.
It's a graham snack. You know, it's chocolate, it's marshmallowy, it's a graham cracker. Viognier. Viognier is one of my favorite white wines. You know why? They call it the red wine drinker's white wine. It's got like a full body to it. It's super, super good. Heavy, a little minerality to it.
Like drinking a glass of butter.
Toffee-tastic. This is toffee-tastic. It's gluten-free too.
Let me guess, it's got toffee in it.
Bits, crunchy bits. It says
toffee's a good thing.
Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon. It's that cool, refreshing drink. Oh boy, I like this. Do-si-dos. What's a do-si-do? Do-si-do is a crunchy oatmeal sandwich cookie with creamy peanut butter filling.
Ooh, oatmeal and peanut butter.
Guess what wine would go well with this?
Center home.
We're going to go
Harbor Mist.
We're going to go back to Washington State. Merlot. Merlot.
Merlot.
Speaking of Merlot, remember in Sideways, he says, I won't drink Merlot. Well, now he's coming out. They're coming out with he's got a new book. It's supposed to be a movie where they have a reunion and they go to New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet it's going to be like, no more Pinot Noir, because that launched the Pinot Noir bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you get your dosey-dose, blend some, try some Merlot with it. Truffle oils, truffles, delicate taste shortbread with delightful simple and tasty truffles. Sparkling wine, again, Prosecco. And a light buttery Chardonnay. I would prefer to put the buttery Chardonnay with it.
Okay. So I just have a quick question here. Yeah. And if you can't pronounce it, how are you pairing this? How are you basing your
experts that know how to pronounce it?
No, I mean, is it the ingredients? Is that what you're basing it on?
Yeah. The pairings and great is because some things, a lot of times you don't pair sweet with sweet.
Okay. You want that contrast.
Unless maybe especially in dessert wine. Like
so you're looking for a contrast
at the end when you have a aperitif.
Okay.
You want sometimes you want it for palate cleansing. But anyway, lemon ups. All right, I did this a couple of years ago. 3 years ago, I did the lemon cookies, and I did it with a Sauvignon Blanc, and it was a perfect blend, perfect match. But they're recommending a rosé too. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. But I kind of
what about a Vino Verde? With too much brightness.
Too much. And they're also recommending a Pinot Grigio. So those are this year's cookies, okay? But there's still some others out there that are favorites. Raspberry Rallies, Pinot Noir. I think that's the first time we've mentioned Pinot Noir.
Mm-hmm.
Caramel chocolate chip, Cab Sauv, and Toasty Yes, and it's going to be Beaujolais. That's the first time we mentioned Beaujolais.
Yeah.
Folks, Beaujolais is really a good wine, especially Nouveau Beaujolais.
Yeah.
I know it comes out in November, but it's super wine. It really is. It's a lot of Pays de Doc type wines, France, and just great light red wine. Great for summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Great, they're not heavy. So
well, Mike, let's continue the cookie theme. What do you say?
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Good morning, Cookie.
I couldn't help myself, of course. Are you kidding?
But the cuz in my best French accent.
Look, and I was a Girl Scout. I was one of those little ones that would, the 7, 6, 7, 8 years old that would be knocking on your door and going, hi, you want to buy some Girl Scout cookies? And I did it for a long time. And in fact, I actually won the most sales award.
Oh, wow. That's
year.
Great.
And the second year I tied with another of my neighborhood buddies. So, so I couldn't help it, guys.
Did y'all have problems with turf? Did y'all have turf wars over Girl Scout cookies back then?
No, we had turf wars over other things like, I said he didn't kick the soccer ball that way, it's like, and then it was on,
okay.
But still is. But the wine thing pairing with it, I just want to point out that all the things, I love hearing it when you give, please continue to give more of those. I know this is the season more for wine, but a lot of people don't know about wines, and it's too expensive, let's face it, to experiment too much with too many things. So when you give tips like you have, which have encouraged me to explore more, shall we say, in the grocery store even. Remember that you can take any sort of wine, and if it's too sweet, if it's too thick, if it's too minerally, if it's too tart, if it's too whatever it is, you can also adjust it to your own taste. Use ice, no ice, use a little splash of soda water, low
Mike,
sodium.
are you okay,
water,
buddy?
You know?
Are you okay? Mike is clutching his chest at the suggestion of putting ice in wine.
Well,
It's okay, buddy.
people do. People
Okay,
do.
people who like it. Oh, get over yourself.
I've seen people mix wine with
7-Up and Sprite.
Well, Coca-Cola and that was that green that people cook with.
I don't know. 251-343-0106.
If you like it, it's yours.
If you like it, do it.
Hike your own hike. Do you just make cream?
Conservative Justice Sarah Stewart has the experience to lead Alabama's courts. As a tough on crime judge, Sarah Stewart presided over hundreds of cases, giving tough sentences to the worst criminals. Republicans can trust Justice Sarah Stewart to defend the Constitution and protect our families. On March 5th, vote conservative Republican Sarah Stewart for Alabama Chief Justice. Paid for by Sarah Stewart Campaign, 2029B, Airport Boulevard, Mobile, Alabama, 36606.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, savvy, staying ahead of the market at every turn, finding ways to do more with less, and taking advantage of every opportunity that comes their way. That's why Comcast Business is introducing the Small Business Bonus. For a limited time, you can get up to a $1,000 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle when you switch to Comcast Business, the company with the largest, fastest, reliable network. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call or go online to learn about the $1,000 bonus today.
Give your business a head start in 2024. Get started with internet and security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add one unlimited mobile line. Call or go online to switch today. Ends 2/21/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Rates, policy forms, and availability vary by state. Did you know life insurance rates are near record lows? If you own life insurance, or if you're thinking of buying any, why spend more than you have to? Since 1986, AccuQuote has helped literally millions of people just like you save a fortune on their life insurance. Here's how they do it. They monitor the products offered by dozens of the most well-respected brand name life insurance companies you trust so that you get the lowest rates. For example, a healthy 40-year-old can buy $500,000 of 10-year level term for less than $20 a month. 20 and 30-year rates are also available. Don't forget to ask them about the new term life plans that guarantee your money back even if you outlive your policy. Take 5 minutes and call AccuQuote for your free quote. Call 1-800-318-1787. Find out how much you can save on your life insurance. Call AccuQuote today at 1-800-318-1787. That's 1-800-318-1787.
Get an education on blockchain tech with Beyond the Blockchain with Scott Tindall. The constantly changing universe of blockchain technology is way deeper than just cryptocurrency. Scott talks about the hows and whys of the blockchain. Plus, he introduces you to companies that are pioneering this brave new world. Beyond the Blockchain. Beyond the Blockchain. Tuesday nights at 8 on FM Talk 1065. 1065. To get on the line, call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
Hey, Stu.
Hey, Mike.
Where's a good place to go to for breakfast in the morning?
I would have to say there's this little place at the corner of Fat and Happy.
Is it called Fat and Happy?
No. It's called Bob's Downtown Diner.
Okay.
Actually, Bob's Downtown Restaurant. Nickname.
That's the official name, yeah.
Yeah.
But it sounds more fun.
On the streets. On the streets, the mean streets of Mobile,
the street
refer to it as Bob's Downtown Diner.
The street name. The street name. So, and if I wanted a shark cooter board, where would I
go? Probably the estuary. But if you wanted a charcuterie board, you could go over to this little place in Daphne.
Wow.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called Le Bouchon Wine and Tapas Bar.
What does Le Bouchon mean?
I don't know.
It means the cork, the top.
Okay.
A hat could be a Le Bouchon.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah. Don't ask me how I knew that.
Mike, where can I go for a really just great burger in the Midtown? 6 days a week.
I stumbled across this place called Butch Cassidy's yesterday. I was looking for a guy named Sundance Kid, but I found Butch Cassidy, and but he had a mean patty melt
right there in Flow Shell.
A mean old patty melt.
Little twist on the patty melt there, cheddar instead of Swiss.
Yeah, and he and he mixes his coleslaw and not patty melt. Yeah, it's.
You talking about Reuben?
A Reuben. I had a Reuben yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's interesting to mix the coleslaw and the sauce.
There's
together.
no coleslaw in a Reuben.
I mean, not sauerkraut.
Yeah.
I have lost my mind today.
Yeah. I forget who Roy said showed him.
I know who. It was John Witchman.
Okay.
John Witchman.
I was thinking Constantine, but
nah.
I know it was one of those.
John
guys.
Witchman.
Yeah.
And then
what? Well, I was trying to think of some kind of pairing with sausage. And a great place to get sausage is Hall's Sausage and Wholesale Meat Company.
Why not?
Yeah. You were just pontificating about how good the Cajun sausage.
Well, let me tell you why I feel it's that way.
Okay.
A friend of ours, friend of the show, is Ben Griffiths. He's one of the foodie guys on the food page, Baldwin County Foodies. He talked about something that was posted. It reminded him of called the Sea Reaper sandwich.
Sea
Reaper sandwich, and it was pineapple on white bread, mayonnaise, of course. I prefer to, but I do like Blue Plate too.
But no Bama.
Ain't Bama, yeah. I like that soury kind of taste. But
give me that Clover Valley.
Anyway, it was Conecuh sausage, white bread, and tiger sauce, and pineapple slices. So that got me to thinking, okay, all right, I'm going to do this. I went and bought all the ingredients, and I bought some Conecuh. I went to the Walmart there at the Loop, and I said, where is the Conecuh? And they said, we have to keep our sausage at the cooler by the registers. That's how bad it's gotten. People walking out with it.
Yeah.
So I had to get my sausage up there. So, and I looked, and thank God I wanted the Halls too.
Yeah.
I got the Halls Cajun smoked sausage.
Yeah.
And also, and I've never bought that before. I just bought the regular smoked sausage, and I bought the andouille.
Yeah.
But I've never
and the
bought
beef sausage is very good too.
I haven't tried that yet.
And the red hot. Woo!
And I just bought some regular old bacon.
Yeah.
So I got home, I laid my bread out, I cooked my sausage and bacon in the air fryer. And by the way, air fryer does a perfect job on bacon and sausage and stuff. And so I made my sandwich. So I made one, and I made the bacon, and I made the sausage, and I made the Conecuh sausage, and I made the Halls, and I tried all three of them. I have to tell you, now Conecuh's good. It's very popular. It's big out here, but the Halls, with the marriage of the flavors, the mayonnaise and the pineapple, the sweetness, the fruit, the white bread, the mayonnaise, the marriage of those flavors, the Halls just came through. The Halls had so many flavors to it.
Yeah, that Cajun is very, very good. One
I'm
of the
sold.
soups that I made
I'm sold on it.
Is a Cajun corn chowder, and I use the Hall's Cajun sausage.
I am sold on it, and I'll be eating that for now on. When I eat sausage, it'd be Hall's Cajun smoked.
Yeah.
And
Good
man,
stuff.
it was good. It was super good.
I wonder how that would go with like crawfish.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Put it in.
Chunking on it.
Everybody always, and we're not putting Conecuh down at all.
No.
But there are alternatives out there. There are other.
It is one of several great artisan style sausages that we are lucky to have in the state of Alabama.
Absolutely.
Folks, y'all got to think about it. You get Conecuh, you get Hall's, you get Kelly's, you get all of these great Alabama sausages. You know what they got in Tennessee? Oscar Mayer. You know what they got in Chicago? Hillshire Farms. Taste those big commercial ones to any of these that are made here in Alabama, and there's some good ones in Mississippi as well, and Louisiana. We are blessed. If you are a sausage fiend, you live in a good area for it. And I'm telling you, that Nola Mac, at the Mac and Cheesery here in Mardi Gras.
Yes, sir.
Has just been blown. I'm selling it 3 or 4 to 1 over the classic.
Ain't no doubt about that. It's good. It's my favorite.
And I'm not an andouille guy, but the Hall's andouille is
spectacular.
Super.
Well, with the price of crawfish going, I mean, Will Hughes texted in and sent a picture. There's 3 crawfish, and it says whole cooked crawfish, previously frozen Cajun seasoning for $2.09. There's 3 of them in there. So, I mean, you might want to probably really load up on the Halls and just do a little bit of crawfish.
Well, yeah, I don't know anybody I know is going to be doing crawfish this year because the price is so high and they're so
so dry last summer.
It was the drought was really bad for them, and I like crawfish. Maybe I need to marry a girl from Louisiana, peel them for me, and then divorce her after crawfish season. And then I know that's that. I'm just kidding. Woo. Just kidding.
Yeah, you divorce her. That's how it would.
I don't like.
You would be the one that
I don't like
peeling.
Sure. I love to cook crawfish. I love to eat crawfish. I just don't like to peel them. It's a lot of work for a little bit of meat. I'd rather have shrimp. Shrimps is.
Well, they don't taste as good.
Don't know.
And they're no easier to peel.
You're not. They're bigger to peel. They're bigger to peel.
You get to appreciating this once you get older, and you have to start looking down your nose through your glasses to peel.
But I'll eat the mushrooms. I'll eat the sausages, the corn, the mushrooms, anything else you put on. But I just hate to peel.
Or lamb shanks.
Whatever.
Lucky one time we threw in lamb shanks.
Really?
Oh, they were good. We let them go through the cycle twice, so they get nice and tender.
Lamb shank. What is that?
The leg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shanks.
We had
okay.
Yeah. We had braised the lamb shanks to make lamb and Guinness stew.
I got you.
And we had some left over because we didn't serve the stew in the summertime because nobody would buy it because it's summertime.
Right.
So to use them up, we threw them in the crawfish bowl.
One texter says woodchuck cider. God, I haven't had a woodchuck cider in I don't know when.
I didn't know you can make cider out of woodchucks.
You celebrated Groundhog Day.
But he said, that with Hall's Cajun sausage. I'll have to try it.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, we got to go. Next week, I'm going to be pairing wine with moon pies. So catch you some moon pies, and we're going to.
And I'll be getting my butt kicked at okay.
He's been working his butt off. Go by and see Stu down there at the Mac and Cheesery on Dalton Street. That's it. And if nothing else, be safe out there for Mardi Gras. Have a good time. Stay on the floats. Don't kick any horses. And roll on.
Roll on.
First responders sound the alarm about the dangers of driver error on Alabama's highways.
Throughout my career, I've seen many crashes, and a lot of the fatalities are from people